So, over the past couple of weeks, I have been doing research and gathering knowledge on the major aspects of depression to help me better understand it and how it affects people today. So, from the knowledge I've gathered, depression is a mood disorder that essentially starts in the brain and causes feelings of sadness along with loss of motivation. And while it does affect the brain, it also affects the body and can cause loss of energy and can cause major fatigue. So, when starting my research, I had three major questions. What are the causes of depression? What are the effects of depression? And what are the current treatments for depression? When doing my research, I used databases such as EBSCO. There, I was able to input criteria where I could find peer-reviewed articles that helped to answer my questions. So, from my original research, I found four articles or sources. One of them being a general overview of depression. This gave me causes, effects, and treatments, and was really helpful because it answered all of my major questions. Another was a new treatment for depression that was in the human trial phase and showed impressive results that could lead to being a antidepressant that could combat the effects of depression. Another was the effects of depression even after overcoming it. It was essentially a study of how people had a recurring fear of depression that affected their daily lives still, even after overcoming depression. Another was about antidepressants and their effectiveness. It essentially helped me to understand how antidepressants work and how they combat depression. So, in doing further research, I found that traumatic events in a person's life that could lead to increased levels of stress was a major cause of depression. Another major cause was lack of social support, and so just lack of personal relationships could cause feelings of loneliness and lead to depression. Another was genetic inheritance. And what I found was that people whose parents had major depression were 2 times as more likely, if not 3 times more likely to have depression. Another was gender. In a study, they found that women were more likely to get depression, specifically bipolar depression. And so with that, the effects of depression are decreased energy and fatigue, and then also loss of motivation, guilt, thoughts of suicide, and attempted suicide. Another effect was depression could lead to damage in the brain that affected emotion and decision making. And so, from what I found, current treatments for depression are antidepressants, physical activity, and therapy. So, in conclusion, in most cases, traumatic events that happened before someone was diagnosed with depression could be major causes of their depressive episodes, along with events that have caused increase in stress over time. And so, from what I found, there are 3 major kinds of depression. Major depressive disorder being the worst. And then after that, dysthymia, I believe that's how you pronounce it. Essentially the lesser version of major depressive disorder. And then there's bipolar disorder, which causes highs and lows, depressive episodes, and mania. And in most cases, depression can be treated with antidepressants, but it is different for everyone because how it is caused depends on the person and their own experiences. So with that, thank you very much for watching, and I hope this was informational.